Automobilista 2 version 1.4 just hit and is conquering the hearts of racing fans. But in all the excitement about this groundbreaking update, everyone overlooked one crucial detail. The previously announced new 2022 Indy car wasn't included in the update, which can only mean one thing. Reiza might be working on an officially licensed IndyCar game. No, for real, here's why. Welcome back to Overtake.gg, my name is ChampionJoe and this weekend was just perfect for sim racing fans. Automobilista 2 just released their version 1.4 update and finally hit the nail on the head. After many years of ever-changing racing physics and force feedback updates, AMS 2 matured at last. The new update resembles a milestone in calculation of tire physics and for me personally raises the game to a level with the greats of the genre. If you haven't checked the game out yet, now is the time to get involved. And I can't stress this enough, the AMS 2 we were all waiting for has finally arrived. And besides all the physics updates, the game now also specializes in oval racing. There are now custom aero kits for oval cars, which are automatically equipped if you roll onto the track. They also added full course yellow support that should keep the chaos in hectic oval races in check, but sadly there is no actual safety car rolling on track just yet, as this will be patched in later. But from what I've seen, the system works quite well. And the new content is also convincing. The Open GT class, for example, really caught my eye. The Ginetta GT3 was just a blast to drive and is my current go-to to send around the Nordschleife. And that's not even all of the new content. They also surprise dropped a new Spa-Francorchamps layout, which represents the current evolution of the track with larger gravel pits and smaller runoff zones. And much more. I think Reiza is positioning itself to conquer the market in 2023, if they get a solid online ranking system rolling and deliver on their already promised in-depth career mode. But one thing was missing from this update, the 2022 IndyCar. Okay, let's get into the meat of this video. Why was the Indy Car missing and why could this mean that Reiza is actually working on an officially licensed IndyCar game for the future? Last week I had already made a little hype video about the upcoming release of 1.4. Thanks to everyone who left a like. And one of the key statements of this video was that the new IndyCar of the 2022 season is supposed to be particularly good. I actually had contact with one of the playtesters who said that the new IndyCar in particular had been a real revelation. Ultra realistic handling, mega modeling, etc. But now this car is missing from the update, just didn't get released. But why is that? How come that the most anticipated car and flagship model of the new update got held back? You see, in the Reiza forum, we can find the answer to the question. Reiza founder Renato Simeoni tells us there that they had an old conversation reignited in recent days, and with it the prospect of having an officially licensed new IP in the future. Until the conversations are concluded, and irrespective of what the end result is, it seemed appropriate for them to remove any reference to the Formula USA 2022 and review their plans for Racing USA Part 3 accordingly. Before I get into that, how brilliant is it how openly and directly Reiza communicates with us? Top class. But now, let's jump into it. The current status quo on the official IndyCar license is that Motorsport Games got commissioned to build a new franchise in 2022. But as you might know, Motorsport Games is struggling financially at the moment, and the release got pushed back to at least 2023. If you want to learn more about the current situation at Motorsport Games, you can find my video about it in the top right. But anyhow, it seems like the IndyCar officials are looking for an alternative to get their game produced with a high quality, as they might fear that Motorsport Games won't be able to deliver on their initial promise. Because everything we have seen so far from the game's development are those 3 screenshots that also could have been made with the rFactor 2 model for all we know. The comments from Renato hint at that they got contacted by the IndyCar. Maybe the IndyCar officials have seen the promising screenshots of AMS 2 and thought to themselves,
"Wait a minute!
Why not ask them to do a future flagship title instead? They almost have all the tracks already, they feature oval and road racing, have full control over a beautiful game engine and already modeled a 2022 car that just lacks the license. In my eyes, this case is pretty clear. I think we could see a Reiza developed IndyCar series game coming our way in the near future, but you never know. It could also mean that Reiza gets the official license for AMS too, and that they'll only add the official cars in terms of liveries in there, just like they're continuously doing with the Stock Car Brazil series. What do you guys say? Will Reiza get the license to officially develop an IndyCar series game, or is it just to add the cars in AMS 2? Let me know in the comments down below. But that's already all from me today. Thank you so much for tuning in and see you next time around. Cheers!